What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 utility in this Arctic Grey colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Capsule. Capsule is a brand new product on the market which helps to preserve your sneakers and extend their lives by up to 2 times. So it's an extremely easy process. You store your shoes inside their UV protective pods and then you inject their secret sauce which comes in the form of a cartridge. So this cartridge not only pushes out the bad air containing the dirt and the oxygen, but it pushes in a preservative which is the key to preserving the life of your Grail sneakers. So this is best used, in my opinion, for those Grail type sneakers that you wear sparingly, maybe a couple times a year, and then the rest of the time they're sitting in a shoebox on your shelf. So Capsule targets the 2 main reasons why your shoes age, fade, and crumble over time, which is hydrolysis and oxidization. And this is a scientifically backed formula, so I totally understand if you're a bit skeptical about the product, but I'll link their social media, their website, all of that good stuff down below, so check them out, do your own research, and if you're in the market for a few of these kits, they also offer Capsule Club, which is a subscription-based service, so this is the best way in the long run for you to save money. So thank you again to Capsule for sponsoring today's video. So this pair is a recent pickup of mine, and this is a pair that's been going on sale over the last few weeks. So this is the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 utility, which basically is identical to the Fresh Foam X 1080 V13. And for any experts out there, please leave a comment down below, because other than a few minor differences that were aesthetic in nature, I couldn't find any actual differences between the utility version and the normal V13. So anyways, this is the Arctic Grey and Dark Arctic Grey colorway, and the product code is U1080H13, and these retail for $165 or $215 here in Canada. But like I just mentioned, this shoe along with some of their other colorways are currently available right now for discount. So the Fresh Foam X 1080 is one of New Balance's top running shoes, and while this shoe can technically be run in my eyes the utility version is more of a lifestyle, more of a premium take. So diving into the details of the shoe itself, the upper of the shoe is crafted using this engineered mesh, and this is done in this pale grayish blue sort of tone. So the mesh has a subtle pattern to it. You can see these lighter threads on the outer edges of the toe box, and then covering the eyelets, this is reinforced with this TPU layer, giving you added strength. Underneath this, on the mid panel, we have this oversized New Balance end logo, and this, instead of just typical synthetic materials, is actually crafted out of a very buttery and smooth pale blue colored suede. And we have this reflective layer underneath this, done in the same tonal color. Covering the top 2 eyelets, we have what feels like a synthetic suede, and it almost feels like felt to the touch. And this is also visible towards the heel. If I flip the shoe over to the other side, so the medial side is a lot cleaner and simpler, we do have another New Balance end logo here, but it's much smaller in comparison and it's also reflective in nature. And then on the very top of the heel, this is extremely well padded, and it's covered in this woven liner, which we'll see later on in the interior collar of the shoe. For the laces, so this pair only comes with one lace option, and they're a very stretchy flat style lace done in this tonal blue color. Beneath this, the tongue is crafted out of mesh, but this is more of an open style mesh. And then fused across the top of the tongue, we have New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 branding. So the back of the tongue and the interior liner of the shoe, like I mentioned earlier, this is covered in this woven liner, and it's done in that same pale blue color. And then for the insoles, these come with a pretty well padded foam line insole, and on the heel we have Fresh Foam X and New Balance branding pressed on in blue. So for the midsole, this is definitely the star of the show. This is an extremely beefy, extremely chunky midsole, which is crafted out of New Balance's Fresh Foam X technology. So this not only is extremely lightweight, but it's super soft and extremely cushioned. And you can see it has a bit of a gradient effect to it where it's slightly darker on the top and it becomes this very pale blue on the bottom. And the midsole shape itself, you can see it's done in this rocker style. So when you wear these, you can definitely feel the shoe wanting to move you forward, giving you more of a dynamic feel. And then for the outsole, so this is covered in these rubber overlays, primarily in this pale blue color, which blends in perfectly with the color of the fresh foam underneath. However, you can see these rubber overlays on the heel, and this I presume is for those higher wear areas where you need that added durability. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about how these fit, so in my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 and they fit me really comfortably. So I'd say that if you have a narrow, normal, or even a slightly wide foot, just go true to size or whatever your actual measured foot size is, because the upper of the shoe is very sock-like and it should accommodate the width of your foot. However, if you have like a really wide foot, you might want to try these on in store first. Maybe going up a half size will fit you better. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also go true to size or a size 10 in some other New Balance silhouettes like the 2002R, 1906R, 860V2, 991, and 1500, whereas I go down to a 9.5 in a lot of made in USA silhouettes like the 990 series, or well, most of them, the 992 and the 993. Moving on to the comfort of this shoe, so like I mentioned earlier, Fresh Foam X is extremely soft, and in many respects it feels kind of similar to Adidas Boost. So trying these on, you can feel your feet just sinking into the cushioning, but add to the fact that the shape of the midsole is curved, so it feels very unstable, and it feels like the shoe is trying to push you forward. So if you're someone in the market for a very well cushioned, very soft, and very dynamic feeling sneaker, this is definitely going to be the shoe for you. But if you're someone that needs more support, and you don't like the feeling of your shoes wanting to roll you forward, then I would stay away from this shoe altogether. I'll admit, straight out of the box, these are extremely comfortable, but for me at least, if I'm going to be on my feet for many hours in a day, or if I'm on vacation walking like 25,000 steps, this is probably not the shoe that I would go to, just because I prefer more support underfoot. But it all comes down to personal preference, how you define comfort to be. You may or may not like these. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this shoe, so first off, the material quality is pretty much like your typical 1080 V13. The only noticeable differences that I could see that was an upgrade was the suede on the New Balance N logo on the lateral side. Aside from that, I really couldn't see any noticeable differences. I don't know why New Balance specifically labels this as the 1080 utility and it drops the V13 altogether, because to me the differences are just so small. So if anyone is an expert on this, leave your thoughts down below or let me know what the truth is behind this utility series. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. Overall, my thoughts on the silhouette is kind of a mixed bag. Yes, it's comfortable, but it's comfortable to me initially. It's not a shoe that I'd really want to be wearing if I'm going to be on my feet for a long time, but it serves its purpose for a specific time and place. The look of the shoe I have no problems with. I think this is a pretty nice looking silhouette, and the colorway of the shoe I thought is super dope. I love the whole tonal look of this utility series. And the shade of blue is just super cool, not too in your face, subtle enough that I can wear this with different outfits. And even though it's not the best shoe to wear in the winter, the colorway in itself has this nice winter vibe to it. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know, what did you guys think of with this pair? For anyone watching, is this a shoe you picked up already? Is it something you'd consider for the right price? Or it's just not your thing and it's a pass altogether? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8. Follow me on X at sean.gospoutout and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.